My name is Johnhaynes Honeycutt. On the ballot, it's Johnhaynes Honeycutt Sr. I am a business owner entrepreneur. I started out in marketing and advertising, small businesses through digital media marketing. I do all organic and natural pet treats for dogs and cats. I wholesale those to different businesses around the area. I started an organization called the Positive Feed Initiative, which basically promotes the healthy consumption of food as far as dogs and cats are concerned. A lot of these labels that we see on these different food products don't really clarify what is actually in the food. So the Positive Feed Initiative was a big stepping stone to try to expose exactly what products are in the food that these animals digest. Through the Positive Feed Initiative, I received a proclamation from the city mayor, Joe Petty. It was presented by Kate Toomey to me, and I started contacting different cities about the Positive Feed Initiative and received different proclamations and citations from different political figures. So that's what originally piqued my interest as far as getting involved in politics. I started looking at local politics and seeing exactly what encompasses being a city councilor. And that was my real introduction into it. I also have become a sheriff, a deputy reserve sheriff for the Worcester County Sheriffs. So those different events that have taken place have kind of opened my eyes to the city and what it's all about. I've grown up in District 5 my entire life. I've lived in the same house from the time I was born to now, and I intend to have a family and raise them in the same house. Through networking and just meeting people around the area, I saw that a lot of people weren't satisfied with what is currently taking place. So I felt that I would be a new, fresh voice that could implement some of the policies that a lot of the district residents want. I am in favor of a residential tax rate that benefits and helps the residents of the city. Another thing is I want to re-implement the spring leaf sweep. I think it's a very important service that a lot of residents miss. And I think that we should go to a residential recycling bin with a cover as opposed to plastic bags and increasing the price for recycling. I don't think that we should be taxing the residents when we have other segues and opportunities to provide services to them. Road conditions, I think for the past couple of decades, we've been repairing potholes in the same manner that we always have. And I think we need to create and implement new and innovative ways to fix the roads the first time so we don't have to spend money repairing potholes 4 or 5 times. I think snow removal is also a big issue. I know last winter, my area was probably the last in the city to be cleared out, and that's a safety hazard for young kids and people who need to commute to work. I mean, my girlfriend works at a restaurant and needed to go to work during these snowstorms, and I worried that she would not be safe driving to work. And I don't think that me or anybody else in the district or city should have to worry about that. I think a lot of this really pertained to school committee. I think people were mainly focused on school committee and didn't really focus on council at large or even district city council. I know that I wasn't in the preliminary, but it took people a while to really know that I was even running. I had to go door to door, which I understand I have to do. These are things that you have to do, but I think a lot of people got lost in the different messages. With so many people going out and running for school committee and city council at large, I'm not really sure that the messages were clear to a lot of the residents because so many people were talking at one time. And I think in order to bring people out to go vote, it needs to be a constant that we're hearing about in the city, not just during election period. Is there really a push or an incentive to provide new votership into the city? I don't really know, but I think that there needs to be an identifiable face for young people to really tune into what's going on in the city. Mariah's 22 years old and she's running for school committee. Evan Corrigan's 23 and running for at large, and I'm 24 running for district. We're 3 people, young people, who we didn't come together and decide together that we're going to do this collectively, and we're running for different positions in the city. I think that's something that people aren't talking about. I don't think the media is picking up on it, and I think that that's a problem. So when there's things like that going on, I think more young people would be involved if they knew about it. I think during the year, without the election cycle, I think we need to talk to people. We need to let them know how essential it is to vote, how important people's votes are, because I think a lot of times people feel as though their vote doesn't matter. But we need to show them that it does. District 5 is my home. It's a place that I've grown up in, and I plan to have a family and raise my family in. So I have a vested interest in making sure that the community is as safe and as prosperous as possible. I am in favor for a residential tax that is favorable to residents. So that is something I will advocate for with being a district councilor. I will implement, or do my very best to implement the spring leaf sweep, because I do believe it was a great service that a lot of people do miss. I will push to make the roads a lot safer than they are. I will push to make sure that our community doesn't get washed out with all the development going on in downtown. That's the biggest thing. With everything going on downtown, we have to make sure that District 5 remains beautified, in the words of Gary Rosen. I know that it's my first time running, but I think that through this election, I think I've learned a lot. I've gathered a lot of mentors who are walking me through step by step on the process and how things go. And there's a system, there's an order that the city hall and city council has to abide by. So I can follow that path. But I'm coming with a sincere heart. I hope to have your vote November 5th, and I will push for the residents in my area. People can contact me at honeycuttcan@gmail.com and also honeycuttcan on Facebook.